The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
There was a Yid, a Holocaust survivor, who lived with his wife. They never didn't have any children. And the wife was a fantastic cook. And she would make food, and she didn't know how to cook for two people. She would cook for Shabbos, the covered Shabbos, she would cook for an army. And at the end of Shabbos, there was so much food left over. So they saved some to eat the whole week. And what do you do with the rest of it? So they decided that there's a yeshiva on their block. They're going to bring it to the yeshiva. So Motzei Shabbos, the husband and the wife, they took 2 boxes and they filled it up with all the leftovers. They would bring it to the yeshiva and put it out for the bachrim. And it gave them tremendous sipuk that everybody's having hanor from it. And the wife would even cook more that there should be extra, so the bachrim and yeshiva should have extra delicacies when they come back from learning. One time they came to bring food and a bacher was standing there. And the bacher obviously maybe was a disgruntled bacher because he said something not true and stupid. And he says, "Till when are you guys going to be bringing food to the yeshiva? You don't know that the second you leave, they take all the food and throw it in the garbage?" And when they heard that, they were so hurt. They were so insulted. The wife started crying. Tears were rolling down her cheeks. And it was murdik zerbrochen. They came home and they were crying and crying. They didn't know what to do. A little while later, this bacher got engaged and he got married. And years went by and he never had any children. And one time he heard people saying that Reb Chaim Kanievsky says that people that don't have kids is because they insulted somebody and hurt their feelings. And this guy says, I have to make a cheshbon hanefesh. And he starts going through his life and who he hurt and what he did. And he realizes, hey, I hurt that old couple. I insulted them. I told them that the food stinks and it goes in the garbage. So he decided he has to do amends. And he came to the yeshiva. He didn't live there anymore. Came to the yeshiva and he tried to find out and nobody knows. So he went to the neighbors. There were some old neighbors on the block and they remembered this Holocaust survivor. And they said, oh, they moved to this and this development a long time ago. And one of them said, I even have their phone number. And he gave them the phone number. And the guy called up and said, I have something for you. What's your address? The guy told him the address and he went. He comes there and they say, Shalom Aleichem, what can we do for you? And he tells them, when I was in yeshiva, I insulted you. And I told you that your food stinks and it was terrible and I should have never said it. It wasn't true. And I hurt your feelings and I need mechila. The guy says, you know what you did to us? We're not mechila. You get out of here. Anyways, he was so tzabroch and he started to cry and beg them. And he explained them for 2 hours how he doesn't have children and he feels so bad and he's looking so long for them. And finally, the guy says, okay, I'll make you a deal. We'll be meichel you on a t'nai that you go and on mefarsim this story and let everybody know that you hurt somebody's feelings and because of that you didn't have children. So maybe the next generation people won't hurt other people's feelings. So he was makabel and within the year he had twins. And he and his wife, after about 6 or 8 weeks, they took the kids in their stroller and their carriage. They got on a bus and they went to the development where this older couple lives and they came to show them the children. And the people were so happy and they started tchutchking with the kids and playing with the kids and they adopted the kids to be their grandchildren. And this young man would come every Rosh Chodesh and bring the kids to this couple and they would come for Shabbos and they became very, very close. And Ad Yom Moisam, he would bring the kids to visit and this became their adopted grandchildren. And that was the tikkun for the hurt that they did to this couple.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org